Oh my goodness. Yes. Wow. That is crazy. Ooh. Okay. So I think we should be live now. We're close to live. Oh, I have some sound in the background. There we go. Let me mute that. We had a little live stream inception happening there. Yes. That is crazy. Again. Okay. So I think we should now. Somehow my tech crew didn't show up for work today, so we're figuring things out. But I think we're good now. We got sound, we got live, and we don't have any feedback. So welcome everybody to our live stream. Good to see everybody here. Let's say hello to some people. We already have some folks checking in the chat. Of course, let me know how my sound is. I know my volume seemed a little bit low previous weeks, so I really turned up the volume quite a bit. Just let me know how it sounds, okay? So we're gonna say hello to some people in the chat. Mike is back. Mike, do we have? We're gonna turn this on so we can see your lovely comments, everybody. That's not what I want. Oh, here we go. Sound is fine. That's good. All right. We're getting there, everybody. I want to get this so I can put my comments on. So we're going to go here. I had to restart my device several times. So what happened was there was a power outage. There was some power flickering this week. And so all my stuff got messed up. So, okay. Oh, good. We're almost there with I almost have my comments set up, ready to go. So go ahead and put in the chat things you'd like to know, questions about music, things you want me to play. All right. How are we doing here? Okay, so we have our good friend Mike is here. Mia is here. I'm just going to fix this so we can see the comments a little bit better. A little bit behind the scenes here, folks, how we do things. There we go. I have this fancy software that lets me put comments up on the screen. Okay, so Mike says, wouldn't be a live stream without technical issues. You are so correct. So like I said, we had storms and rain and wind and craziness this week. And I didn't actually lose power, but my power flickered in and out. So here we are. My whole live stream thing reset. Good to see you here, Mia and Mike. And, here's Kristen. Kristen, hi, nice to see you. I don't know if you've been on our live stream before, but welcome if you're new. And Zavolian, I recognize you, my friend, is back. So what we do on the chat, or what we do on the show, is just kind of answer your questions, maybe play some songs, play some requests. Some things that are new in my world. Let's see. What's new this week? Oh, so this weekend, we had a very busy weekend for school stuff. I was at we have a thing called district band. So let me explain a little bit more. In Pennsylvania, I don't know if anyone here is from Pennsylvania, but in Pennsylvania, we have our regions of Pennsylvania for our different to have programs to promote music education. We have a statewide organization called Pennsylvania Music Educators Association. So the state is split up into different districts. So I'm in District 12, and in our district we had auditions to have sort of a high school honor band. So we had that honor band yesterday and the day before, and it was a lot of fun. We had it was a lot of students. It was 118 students from various high schools in our area. I had some of my high school students involved. We had a great concert yesterday. It was busy all day, and all day the previous day we had to do re-auditions where the students had to play another audition to determine which students were going to move on to the next level, which is called regions. So they're going to go into regions in a couple weeks, and then after that we have all state, So the students that go to regions re-audition again, and they can make it to all state, which is really cool. It's a lot of fun. Okay, so we have some questions here. Hi is saying hi. Hi, hi. And Kristen wants to know, what instrument do I play? So, Kristen, I play, my primary instruments that I play are clarinet, saxophone, and flute, right? Those are my main instruments that I would say I'm the most skilled at. But being a music teacher, I also know how to play to a certain degree, and I know how to teach all the instruments in the band. I also play piano. I have my piano here that I sometimes use to demonstrate. So I'll turn on my here we go. So you can see my piano. It's a little what's it called? What's that? Out of focus. I'm going to focus my fancy camera up here. Oh, that's better. Okay. So I also play piano. I play some guitar. I play some bass. I play drums. Lots of things. Okay. So Mia is requesting our first request of the day. Keep those questions coming. Keep the requests coming. Piano Man on the flute. Okay, so speaking of playing piano. So Piano Man is in the key of C major. This is a good song. A lot of folks learn when they're first learning how to play. Here I am up in the corner. I like to just make my picture in the corner a little bit bigger, and I can do that here with my fancy display. Let's see. Here I am. I'm just going to go a little bit. Whoops. Nope. I'm going to just go a little bit. There we go. And I'm going to come down a little bit. Cool. And you know what? I think I'm going to kind of, can I do this? Oh, well, I'm just going to leave it alone. Okay, so here I am up in the corner. And so on piano, da 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 da. I'll take this down an octave. So, let me turn this up. Can you guys hear that? I'm going to turn it up a little bit more. Something like that. So I'm going to go over and play this on flute. And I wonder if I can find, coming back here. So a lot of times when we have requests to play songs, we can go to YouTube. And I'm going to look this up. I'm going to look up flute, Piano Man, play along. Let's see what happens. You can type in piano, you can type in play along, you can type in, okay, here we go, look. Billy Joel, Piano Man, play along. Check it out. Oops, I gotta plug in my laptop. In the meantime, keep asking your questions in the chat, everybody. There we go. We almost have liftoff. Yes. Sorry, that was loud. Okay, so this is what we have. All right. It's kind of cool. Here we go. A little low. I'm taking it up an octave. Little interlude. Check, check, check. Okay, cool. That is obviously Piano Man on the flute. And I don't know if you noticed some of the notes that are written here, the way they wrote it for in a C key, a key of C. This, if I played it exactly where it was written, it was a little bit low for the flute. So I just kind of, bloop, adapted it. Okay, so let's see what other comments we have here. We're going to come back to here. And let's see. Da-da-da-ba-da-dum-bum. Whoops, let me turn this off. Boo-doo-doo-doo. Yeah, we'll turn that off. Okay. So let's see. Other comments and questions. My my little comment device is being a little bit weird, of course. All right, so let me see what else we have in the chat. Chris, CRSS, wants to know the notes on the clarinet. Okay. Okay. We can do that. So, so from, who is this friend that we have on here? CRSS. Give you the notes on clarinet. Yeah, I mean, I can give you, well, here's what we'll do. We will show you, CRSS is asking for the notes on the clarinet. So there's a lot of notes on the clarinet. I'll teach you the basics real quick. So, hi, Leonardo. So here we go. Ready? Check this out. You said you play saxophone. You want to learn to clarinet. Okay, so, all right. So since you already play saxophone, the notes that you already know on saxophone are pretty close to clarinet with a few changes. And the thing that's a little bit weird on clarinet, which you're going to have to get used to from saxophone, is that this is a little bit weird. I remember when I was switching between sax and clarinet, this was a little bit confusing for me. The saxophone notes are the same whether you have the octave key on or off. It's the same letter notes. It's just low or high, right? Clarinet is actually a little bit more complicated. The lower notes are different than the register key notes. The notes of the upper register of the clarinet are the same as saxophone. So let's start there. On saxophone, you know that putting down your first finger is a B, right? So if you have the thing about, it's also different about clarinet is you need to have your thumb on this hole. This is a note. On the saxophone, this is not a note. Your thumb isn't a note. It's just a thumb rest. On the clarinet, your thumb is actually a note. A little bit confusing, but keep your thumb here, all right? And we're going to press this octave key, or it's actually a register key. And then we put down one finger, just like saxophone, that's a high B, okay? You add a finger, that's a high A. This is all high notes on the clarinet with the register key. Add a finger, that's a high G. Add a finger, that's a high F. Add a finger, that's an E. Add a finger is a D. Now here's where it's also different from sax. Sax would go to this note for C. Clarinet keeps all of these and adds this bottom pinky. It's like playing a low C on saxophone, but it's an upper C on the clarinet. All right. This does sound more complicated more and more I talk about it. And then you add this key, and it's a B. Now, we go down into the lower register of the clarinet. We take our thumb off, and we have this key, which is an A. G is open. F is your thumb. And as you go down, add a finger E, add a finger D, add a finger C, middle finger B, two fingers A, three fingers G, F, E. That's a lot. Like, I fully, if you don't know anything about your clarinet notes, I fully don't expect you to remember all that, but at least that's a little bit of an introduction, okay? More comments, and my little comment thing, of course, my little comment thing is not working, so I'm just going to read out the comments as I answer them, okay? Let's see, what else do we have here? Leonardo is here. Hi, Leonardo. Welcome. Thanks for being back here on the chat, on the show. And Happy New Year, and Happy New Year. Kristen says Happy New Year. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John on the flute. Okay. I'm going to do that in a sec. I'm going to answer this question from Marion. So Marion is asking in the chat, my saxophone playing is going well. Please help with the best way to tongue on the saxophone. It is different from clarinet. It's actually, let me get my neck strap. For the way I think about it, it's really not different. So I have my tenor sax here. I'm going to get my neck strap. And I'll show you on alto sax. Basically, tonguing, it's the same. You have your embouchure, and your tongue kind of sits back, kind of sits relaxed in a normal relaxed position. And you say 2, 2, 2, and your tongue kind of goes forward and just taps that reed. It's pretty much the same motion, okay? Just have to kind of get comfortable with it. Here's my alto. So make your saxophone embouchure. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. So right now, my tongue, the way I tongue saxophone, my tongue's kind of like, if you look at my index finger, it's kind of like that, right? And it's going forward. And it's this right on the, like this right here, if you imagine this part of my finger, is this part of my tongue. Not the tip, but like, ha, okay? And then I'm just going, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'm just kind of pushing my tongue to the edge of the reed. My sound is a little bit fuzzy because I'm not warmed up, but that's basically the idea. So practice that. Your tongue moving back and forth. Your tongue should be moving up and down. It's kind of moving back and forth. All right? Let's see. So I'm going to get back to that request from Leonardo. Kristen, do I play trumpet and any other brass? Yes. I play trumpet and I play all the brass instruments. I would say I play them definitely well enough to teach. I know enough to teach, students up through pretty much high school. And on a good day, I can play trumpet with a pretty good sound. But trumpet, brass instruments are very require daily practice to really get your lips to just be ready to make a good sound. You have to practice every day. So on a good day, I sound pretty good on trumpet, and on a bad day, it's just my lips just don't make a good sound. But that's why you have to practice every day. But I do play trumpet, I do play French horn, I do play trombone. Tuba, not so much, because I don't really practice on tuba at all. It's a very different, you really have to adjust your embouchure to get those low notes on the tuba. Let me go to this request. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road by Elton John on the flute. So once again, like I did for Piano Man, I'm going to go to Goodbye Yellow Brick Road, and I just put in the words play along and flute, and let's see. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Move this over a little bit. So there's a couple of videos I could choose from here. This one, it says it's by Sarah Bareilles. I know who Sarah Bareilles is, but is it like a cover? Let's see. Here, I'm going to try this one. Oh, it says for trumpet. All right, I guess I kind of have to do this one because it says flute. It says Sarah Bareilles, but it says flute. So I don't know if it's the same version. Did Sarah Bareilles do a cover? All right, so this is like a interesting. I'm just gonna play it. See what happens. Oh. This doesn't sound like it. Yeah. There it is. Okay, let's keep going. My favorite part. Cool. Yellow Brick Road. So that was like a slightly different version. I hope that was okay. Let's go to some more questions. Over here. There we go. Questions, comments. Let's see here. Zavolian. Andra's days rise up on either saxophone. Okay. So Good Day Sunshine, A major scale. You're welcome, CRSS. I hope that was helpful. Nathan Petrie. I'm going to answer a couple of questions. Before I do another request, I'm going to answer a couple questions, okay? Does the alto saxophone pitched lower than clarinet B flat? Okay. Let me think about what that. I'm trying to process that question. Is it pitched lower? Well, yeah, an alto saxophone is in a lower range than a clarinet. It's also in a different key. So, like, all right. So the idea or the concept of instruments being transposing instruments is a little bit confusing. Real quick primer on transposing. So the name of the instrument, the key name of the instrument, for example, B flat clarinet, B flat trumpet, E flat alto saxophone, F horn, French horn, F horn, whatever that might be. That note name is the note that comes out of the instrument when the person playing the instrument reads and thinks that they're playing a C. So an alto sax is called an E flat alto sax. It's my keyboard. I'm going to turn my keyboard up so you guys can hear it. Here's my piano. All right, there's my piano, okay? So an alto sax is in the key of E flat, which means when I play what in my mind and on a saxophone is a C, what actually comes out is the name of the instrument, and E flat comes out. Confusing, right? A little bit confusing. So in my mind, on my saxophone, I'm playing for me what is a C. But on the piano, that's an E flat. So So that's why they say saxophone is in the alto sax is in the key of E flat. Now, for a clarinet to play that same note right here, clarinet plays, so saxophone an alto sax plays a C on the third space. To play this same note, a clarinet plays the clarinet's F. So I guess you might say, yes, an alto saxophone is pitched lower than a clarinet, because to play the same note, a clarinet has to play lower to match the same note on a saxophone. A little bit confusing. All right, so Michaela, I think I'm pronouncing this correctly. I've got a very nice note here from Michaela Lesher. I'd put it up on the screen, but my my little comments feature here, pop up on the screen, isn't working. Of course. So Michaela says, I'm 14. It's my freshman year. Very cool. I hope you're enjoying your high school years so far. I've been watching you since your sixth grade year. You've made me better. I think the first video of yours I watched was how to play the Fight Song by Rachel Platten on B-flat clarinet. That's awesome, Michaela. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for watching. If I'm saying your name wrong, let me know. Like, you can like write it out phonetically or something. And let me know how it's going. I'm guessing you play clarinet because you watched my clarinet video. So that's really cool. I'm very happy that you're still playing. Just tell me how high school is going for you, okay? Because I teach high school now. You know, it's kind of funny. So if you were watching since your sixth grade year, that was 4 years ago, right? Sixth grade, seventh grade, eighth grade, and you just started your ninth grade year, halfway through your ninth grade year. Yeah, that's cool. I was going to say when you were in sixth grade, I was not teaching high school yet, but I started teaching high school like 7 years ago. So, and that was before that I was elementary school. Okay. Nathan, you're going to get kicked out of the chat, my friend. Okay. That's a good question, but don't type it 100 times. That's called spamming. We don't do that here. Okay. But thank you for being here. Leonardo, I am not drinking tea. I am drinking, I don't want to say I'm addicted to coffee, but I love drinking coffee like all day. So I got a fancy, cool cappuccino machine. So I make myself cappuccinos in the afternoon. That's what I'm drinking. Okay, and I know I have some other song requests. I will get to those. All right, cool, Nathan. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate it. All right. Thane, what's my favorite instrument? And Leonardo answered, it's the flute. That's cool. My favorite instrument. Okay. I play the saxophone. I have to say saxophone is my favorite because it's my instrument. It's the one I play the most. It's my professional. It's the one I have studied the most, and it's the instrument that I was playing when I got really into music. I'd say it's my favorite. Although, when I'm talking about listening to music, I don't know. I love all the instruments. So, maybe I'll play another request. Leonardo says, I really like Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. How was that version that I played? It seemed like it was like a, like I said, like a, not exactly like the Elton John version. It was a Sarah Bareilles cover version, but I hope that was okay. Kristen wants to know. Oh, Gabe is here. Hey, Gabriel. How are you? I hope you're still here in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Let me know how high school is going. Kristen is asking, how do you keep time when you play? See, look, I can even give you guys here's a little view of what I'm looking at. There we go. Kristen says, how do you keep time when you play? So in the beginning, I remember learning how to keep rhythms and keep time in your head is very difficult because it's easy to get lost because your mind is so focused on playing the right notes or doing the right embouchure or whatever, and reading the music and translating the notes, right? All I can say is keep practicing, and every time you practice, make sure you're trying to, you can tap your toe, some people like to tap their heel. Practice playing with a metronome. I know playing with a metronome can be very frustrating for when you're first learning because sometimes you can't keep up and you keep getting messed up, and the metronome doesn't give any flexibility. The metronome just goes, right? But eventually, if you slow down the metronome to a slower tempo, and you practice really counting all your beats when you're playing whole notes and half notes, eventually it becomes something that's like second nature. It becomes almost an instinct. I still have to count when I'm playing music, but I don't have to work so hard anymore because I've practiced it so much. You just, in the back of your mind, if you're playing a note, you know, maybe I'm playing like half notes, F, F, G, a whole note. In my mind, I'm going, 1, 2, 3. In my mind, I'm feeling the beats going by. And that's how you do it. You just have to practice it. And each, as you get better and better, it just gets easier and easier. Okay. There's a request from Hi, Hidden in the Sand on clarinet or trumpet. I've actually never heard of that one. Let me do another question or two, and then I'll do some more requests. Nathan. Back to Nathan's question. Why, when I enter the lower range, and thank you, Nathan, for asking that. Oh, Nathan, ask your question once, okay? But I'll answer it. Why, when I enter the lower range on my alto sax, it sounds like a high note? I know exactly what the problem you're having, okay? You ready for this? It's, so, quick caveat. It could possibly be a problem with your saxophone. Maybe. If there's a leak of any of your keys up here, that might be the reason that your instrument is cracking on the low notes. But it's a very common problem with younger students because it's probably right here. So I want you to practice this with me, okay? So your saxophone embouchure, you firm your corners. I like to say, for some reason, that's always worked with my beginner students. We'd say, ew, ew, and we kind of make this funny face with a flat chin and firm corners and kind of squitch here. Ew, and like press your cheeks and your teeth. Press your cheeks and the sides of the corners of your mouth tight against your teeth. Ew. Now, bottom lip over the bottom teeth, and your top teeth go on top, right? You know that. When you play, though, don't think about your lips as being an M. Think of your lips as being an O. So your bottom lip's onto the reed, your top teeth are on top, but your lips are making like an O. They're sealing around the mouthpiece. Show you what I mean. Now, if my lips are too much like an M, flat, it kind of chokes off the sound and makes it sound pinched like this. And then if I keep it like that and try to go into my low notes, you're going to recognize this sound. It's like I'm trying to play low notes, but I'm not coming out. It's because my lips are like an M. They should be like an O. Watch this. Oh, because when your bottom lip is flat, it's smushing the reed, and the reed can't vibrate like it needs to vibrate to play low notes, okay? Let's see. Gabriel has been watching my videos since 5th grade. That's a while. That's a long time. Leonardo, does the clarinet sound like the same note E on the flute? Yes, exactly right. So any note that you want to play, so if you want to match, how do I put this? If you're playing clarinet and someone else is playing the flute and you're trying to play the same note, whatever note the flute has, you go up one letter note or one whole step. So it depends. It's a whole step. So like flute C is a clarinet D. A flute D is a clarinet E. A flute E, like you said, is a clarinet F sharp because it's a whole step. Okay? All right. Thane plays the French horn. I have a French horn here over there. I do like to play it from time to time, although I don't play it as much as my saxophone or my clarinet. Okay. Nathan switched to sax. Oh, that's cool. You like the sax. That's great. You should also keep, think about also keeping your clarinet skills, because when you get better and better at playing more and more advanced opportunities, a lot of saxophone players double on clarinet. That means like you might be playing in a jazz band and you might play saxophone, but your part might also have a spot where you have to switch to clarinet for a portion. It's called doubling. They do that in pit orchestras too, Broadway pit orchestras. Okay, Leonardo says, wait a second. Yes, coffee is not tea. Yes. Tea, I guess this comes from tea leaves. I don't even know where tea comes from. Different types of leaves, and then they come in a little tea bag and you dip them in the hot water, and it's tea. And then coffee is from coffee beans that you grind down and you force hot water through the coffee beans. Kristen plays the B-flat trumpet. Cool. That's awesome. What else? Gabe, well, first of all, Leonardo says, I'm good with the scales. Just discovered a new way to play harmonic minor. What, a new way? What's a new way to play harmonic minor? I'd like to hear that. Gabriel says, high school is going good. That's awesome. Pop's concert. Yeah, we're going to have a concert similar to that. January 30th, I'm doing a concert at my school, which we're going to do some pop songs. It's going to be fun. Let's see here. Elvis says, how do you play the chromatic scale on clarinet? So I'm going to pop some of these questions onto the screen. So that's what I'm looking at. So Elvis here says, how do you play the chromatic scale on clarinet? Whoops. So, you know what? Do I have a video on this? I don't know. I think I have a video on how to play every note on the saxophone. I don't think I did clarinet yet. So this is something that would take a little bit longer than we have right now to show you fully, but I'll show you some. Okay, so you should hopefully have a scale sheet to look at. The lowest note we can play on the clarinet is a low E, which is all your fingers and this low key down here. Now, the thing that's tricky about the pinky keys, you might already know this, the pinky keys on the clarinet, almost every pinky key has two ways of playing the same note. So you have to know whether you're going to use your right pinky or your left pinky. So anyway, low E here, and then lift up, and you have an F here. Then you add this guy here on the outside, that's an F sharp. Then you go to a G. Then you add your pinky for A flat, then A, then B flat. Now this is important. When you do a chromatic scale, when we go from B flat to B natural, you're not supposed to use this fingering because it's a little bit awkward for going fast. We go B flat and we add this sliver key, and that makes it B natural. This and this are the same note. Then we go to C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F. Chromatically, to play F sharp, you're supposed to play these two with this thumb and these two. That's a chromatic F sharp. G, A flat, A, B flat, and then you do the same thing up here in your register key, but it's the same sequence of fingers, but they're different notes because it's your upper register. So and then depending on how high you need your scale to go, it goes even higher. Thane, I play French horn, so whenever we get new music, me and the other player usually get solos, and I don't have any time to understand the music. This is a very good question. So the hard part... Okay, let me grab my French horn real quick. Whoa. I have to go over here. See if I can reach it. Okay. Here is my French horn. So guys, we usually stop at 4. I know I started late today. I'm going to go a little bit later than I usually do, a little bit overtime, since I started so late with my technical issues. But I'm not going to be able to go all the way to 4:30, just because of timing reasons. But okay, here is your answer on French horn. So the thing that's tricky about French horn, and kudos to you for playing French horn. We as music teachers, we love people who play French horn because it's such an important instrument in the band, and not enough a lot of times not enough kids sign up to play French horn. We always would love to have more French horn players because it's such a beautiful sound, and it's kind of more challenging. You know, people always ask me, what's the hardest instrument to play? And what music teachers always say is, well, all the instruments are hard. You just have to practice them, you know. But the truth is, the French horn is one of the trickier ones to play because, you know this, the notes on the overtone series, a little bit complicated, but the notes are so close together that you really have to have good ears to pick out the note you want. So you already know this probably, but so if you play with no fingers, that's a low C. I gotta make that note. Ba. And you already know that with just moving your lips, a French horn can go. All these notes with no. Watch this. Got to warm up. Can you hear that? Microphone here. So it's not like a clarinet or a saxophone where you can just push the right button and the right note comes out. So I would say a good hint for sight reading is practice singing the notes that you want to play. And the more you practice, when you see an A on your French horn music, you're going to have a pretty good idea of what that feels like and what it sounds like to play an A. So, that's a C, right? Okay, so I'm thinking C, E, F. Okay, that's what an F is going to sound like. F, A. So I'm using my music theory and my singing to figure out what my A is going to sound like. So practice looking at melodies and trying to sing how they would sound, right? And that's going to make you a better player, a better sight reader. Okay. How are we doing on our chat here? Gabe says that your pop concert is going to be a video game theme music. That sounds like a lot of fun. That's a great idea. Thanks, Nathan. I'm glad it helped. Hey, Matthew. What's up? Good to see you, Matthew. Trombone. Bo plays the trombone. Hi, Bo. Thank you for being here. Do you see my flat trombone in the corner there? Wait, put this down. I just realized this was in the way. There we go. In the corner back there is my flat trombone. I could tell you that story sometime. Ana de los Rios. Can I make a video of how to play the national anthem on the trumpet? Yeah, no, I would probably not do that video myself because of, we talked about, I don't know if you were here when I was talking about my brass playing skills. The Star Spangled Banner is actually a really tricky song to play for trumpet because it isn't as extreme. It's a very large range. Like, most of the time you're going to play it in concert B flat, which is a C for trumpet. G, E, C. You're at a high C, a C in the staff. Then you have to go to an E above that, which is pretty high. I don't know how long you've been playing. Right? That's pretty high, depending on how long you've been playing. For a high schooler, that's not so high. Then that repeats, okay? Then there's the middle section where it gets really to the highest note because it's a high E. E, 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 F, G, G. Remember how I said earlier in the stream, I said I can play trumpet pretty well depending on a good day or a bad day. So today it's working pretty well for me. So that's the really high part. And then here's the ending. G, C. Oh, again, another high part. Now you could transpose that down to like trumpet B flat, make it a little bit easier. Then your high note is only an F. That would be the highest note. So that, if you want to look back at this live stream, you could kind of go through what I just did. You could pause it and even teach it to yourself. Okay. Let's see. Gabe, you tried French horn, but it didn't work for you. Yeah, I mean, that's true. There's different physical characteristics that people can have that kind of might lend you better to one instrument versus another. Great comments, great questions. Let's see here. Leonardo says, I've been practicing the flute 3 hours every day since after dinner. That's good. That's a great 3 hours every day. I bet you're pretty good. Let's see. Mia says, I was the only French horn player in my band class, and we have another French horn player and a mellophone player. Okay. Oh, mellophone. Well, mellophone is a French horn that has been adapted to have the bell come out straight. That's what a mellophone is, and it's meant for use in marching bands. But some people, I guess, depending on how many instruments you have in your school, some people might play a mellophone like in a band class too. Let's see here. Great. Let's see. I haven't really played anything in a while. Like, I just played the national anthem, I guess. Any other requests coming through? I think I'm all caught up. Anna is asking, what was my first instrument? My first instrument was clarinet. And I practiced clarinet all the way through... I played clarinet. Actually, to be honest with you, I didn't practice a whole lot, which is why I wasn't extremely good at the clarinet when I got to high school. I was kind of meh. I was okay. I couldn't even play like the high notes. And then when I got to high school, I had the opportunity to switch. My teacher asked me to switch to saxophone because he needed a saxophone in the jazz band. And something when I switched to saxophone and I got to go to jazz band practice, I got so sort of just excited, inspired. That the sound of the jazz band music just got me so fired up that I started practicing a lot. And that's how it happened. It's crazy to think about it now. But I lucked, sometimes it's just things happen the right way to get inspired. And now my life is music and teaching music. It's kind of interesting. Oh, Zavolian. Okay, I'm going to get back to Zavolian's request. Thank you for the reminder. Zavolian wants Rise Up by Andra Day on either sax. Okay, and Gabriel, my New Year's was great. I actually played a jazz gig at a local restaurant. I played a gig on New Year's Eve, which I haven't done in a few years. So that was cool. I'm going to look up this song. Rise Up. I've never heard of this song. Okay, cool. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see if there's sheet music. I might be fortunate here and find karaoke version, sheet music for players. All right, let's see what this looks like. Okay, this is what I'm looking at. I don't know this song, so it might be a little bit hard for me to transpose and not know it, but what is that sound? There's like a weird sound going on there. Is that like a train or something? Well, this is like a the melody is like very 16th note-y, which doesn't make it so easy to play. I'm going to try to play the chorus, which will probably be easier. that a train? Okay, I'm going to take this back to the main chorus here. And I'll rise. So here's how my brain is going to figure this out. This song is in D flat major. I'm playing alto sax. So to be in the same key, I have to go up 6 keys. So I'm going to be in my B flat major. So piano, it's D flat. Saxophone, it's B flat. So I'm playing a B flat major scale. So it's a little tricky here. Because this is in D flat major. I'm just going to try it. Stay with it. See what happens. That last part. That's actually the key that's in is not a bad key to play it in alto sax, because when it really gets to that intense part, it's a pretty good octave for the alto sax. It's not too bad. All right, that was a nice request. Was that? I hope that was the right song. Rise Up, Andre Day. Yep, I think I got the right song. I've never heard that song before, but it's a very nice song. Let's see here. More requests coming in. Hi, Shane. Hi, Shane. Thanks for being here. Okay, Hi requested Hidden in the Sand. All right, I'll do a couple more requests, guys. Hidden in the Sand. Hidden in the Sand. I don't know. Tally, is that it? Tally Hall? Hidden in the Sand. I never heard this song before. Let's see here. Is this like from a video game or what is this? Tally. All right, here's a piano tutorial. Let me just see. This might help me. Hidden in the Sand. Never heard this song before. See what we got. Okay, so this song is based on, if you look at my keyboard here, it's based on a what's called a major pentatonic scale. And actually, it happens to be just the black keys on the piano, which is interesting. You know, I don't know if anyone, you know, a lot of people when they don't really, a lot of people, one of the first things you learn on a piano is this thing where you go, you do your knuckles. I can't do it. It's not working. I don't know why it's not working. Maybe because it's not a real piano. You know that? So that's a F sharp major pentatonic. Anyway, I don't want to get on a tangent. So this. All right, I'm going to try to play along, even though it's not really notation. It's this piano thing here. Let's see how I do. I'm gonna play it. Did you request an instrument? I'm just gonna play it on flute, okay? So I don't have to think too hard. I don't have to transpose. All right, let's do this. I've never played this song before, so keep that in mind. Okay. I can't do that. All right. I think that's basically the idea of the song. That's actually kind of a really cool little melody. Was it? No. What is that from? Is that like a... I already asked this question. Anyone answer that in the chat where this is from? Is it like a video game or a movie? It's by Tally Hall, yes. I'm doing it... Oh, that's cool. Zavolian is doing the song that I played before for your choir at school. That's awesome. Bohemian Rhapsody. I was different requests coming through. Hidden in the Sand. Wait, that's what I just did. Okay. For Gabe, I'm going to try to do this request for Gabe, okay? Rygar, the Legendary Adventure, the flute part. Wow. All right, let's try it. Rygar... The Legendary Adventure. Flute part. So I'm just going to look up sheet music and see if I find sheet music for this. There's different things here. There's like, okay, so it's a video game theme. So there's like different, there's like the, looks like the cave theme. Ost Icarus. So, I don't know. Main theme, maybe? Is there a main theme? Rygar, the Legendary Adventure. So I'm going to try this. Is this like something that would... Or is there band music for this? Gabe? Because you said you're playing it for your band concert. Let me see. No, it's not on. It's not on the usual website where I look. Trumpets. There's some flute. All right, so the little bit of the flute that I hear in there. First of all, Gabe, tell me if this is the wrong thing. Let me know. But I don't know which melody you want, but that's like a chromatic thing going on with the flutes. It's like, oh, it's kind of high. So a lot of times when people do that with upper woodwinds, the chromatic, it's supposed to sound like wind blowing. So Gabe, I don't know if you'd be able to check in there. Am I doing the right thing? Yeah. Okay. So, like the only flute I hear in there is that little bit of chromatic thing. I don't know if that's what you meant or if there's a later part you want me to do. There's another song I promised to do. So I'm going to answer Kristen's question. Can you play 30-second notes? How fast can you go in 4/4 time? Here's Kristen's question. Can you see that? Can you play 30-second notes? If not, how fast can you go in 4/4 time? Okay, you mean me personally, or like, can anyone play 30-second notes? So if we were to take a metronome, so I'm going to do a metronome online. I'll do it on Clarinet. So let's pick a really slow tempo. Let's go. This is like 76 BPM. Can you hear that? Dot, dot. So quarter notes would be, if I'm going to play 30-second notes, I got to slow it down. Let me think. Okay, so quarter notes at this tempo. Eighth note. 16th notes would be double that. 32nd notes would be double that. Oh, I'm not quite fast enough. I'm a little slow. I'm like one note slow. I never practiced it, really. I'm going to make it easier on myself. I'm going to take it down to 60. It's easier if I'm accenting the 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E and it's really, yeah. The counting system of 1, 2, 3, 4 and stop. 1 and 2 and 1 E and 2 E and we really don't have a counting system for 30-second notes. It's 1 and 2 and 1 E and 2 E and baba dubba 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 4 dubba 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 1 dubba dubba dubba. It'll be 30-second notes. Okay. Good challenge. Mike, all right. I'm going to do Mike's request, New York State of Mind, Billy Joel. My tenor is not, it's I don't have it out right now, so I'll play it on alto. Dry read. While I'm getting this ready, I think I'm close to being wrapping up here, guys. Nathan, see you again on alto sax. I'll do that real quick because I can play that one real quick. This one's in the same key as New York State of Mind. It's in concert B flat. This needs reverb. Okay, that was See You Again. For Mike, I'm going to do a cappella some New York State of Mind. Some folks like to get away. Oh, I wonder if I could do it with a little backing track. I'm going to try it. New York State of Mind backing track. Let's see what happens here. It should be in B. Is it in B flat? Yes. Okay, here we go. So I'm playing it on alto. The music here, woo, is tenor sax solo. Cool. All right, so folks, I think we're gonna wrap it up. And I think I saw another question I wanted to answer before we go. All right, so Elvis is asking about mouthpiece getting dirty. So, I mean, it's super easy. You literally just like rinse it out with water. Use, don't use, let me turn to my music here. Don't use super hot water. Use like medium warm water and literally just like soap, dish soap. Just scrub it out. So I think if you do that, you would only really need to do that once every, if you swab out your clarinet when you're done playing, if you have a little silk swab, you can swab out your mouthpiece too, as long as it's not one of those really thick ones. And you just rinse it out every, I don't know, every couple of weeks, 2 weeks. It shouldn't be getting that dirty, if you're just keeping up with it. Okay. So, Kristen, I am only generally a woodwind person. But I do like to play string bass because I teach jazz and I like to play bass, like jazz bass. And I do play guitar to a certain degree. I'm not a great guitar player, but I play some guitar. So yeah, but violins and viola and cello, I know how they work and I theoretically know some things about teaching them, but I'm not an expert on that. That's why usually when you're a music teacher, you pick your lane. Are you either going to be a orchestra teacher or a band teacher or a choir teacher or general music teacher? Generally, you choose a path so you can hone your expertise. All right. So yes, I'm about to actually. Whoa! I went all the way to 4:30, you guys. Kristen, and one more thing. I do compose my own music for my students. I've not so much anymore. When I was teaching beginner band, I did a lot of stuff for that. And when I'm teaching like jazz improv things, I'll write songs that work well for what I'm trying to teach. But yeah, I've done some composing. Maybe one of these days on my website I've got some of my jazz tunes that I've written. I'll pull one of those out and we can like check it out and do a little improv. Elvis, final question of the day. How many octaves can a bass clarinet go? Let me think. Most bass clarinets can go down to like a low E flat, low D. So let's keep it easy and say E. All right. Bop. There's one octave. 2 octaves. I'd say pretty much three octaves is the range of a clarinet, give or take. Before you're getting into, especially for bass clarinet. Bass clarinet usually doesn't go much higher than that. Okay? Emma, we're just about finishing up, but do I know how to play the flute? Yes. Hi, Emma. I do play the flute. I did play some flute today. So if you tune in, I'll be back next Sunday. If you come in and to the chat, ask me some flute questions, I'll be happy to answer those for you. So it's about that time, everybody. When I finish the stream, the screen that you're going to see is this. No. No. What? Oh, I know. Wait. You're going to see that. Yes. So when I go to, when I finish the stream, I'm going to go to that screen and you can just see where you can reach out to me. You could email me, send me questions. You could follow me on Instagram and, what else? Facebook. I'm also on TikTok now, actually. Dr. Selfridge Music, if you do that. So, okay, everybody. Just trying to check out the chat one more time. Hey, okay. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Do me a favor and like this stream and, let your friends know about my channel. Subscribe. Appreciate all the support. And I'll be back next week for another show. Bring your comments, bring your questions. Okay, everyone. Until then, have fun and go practice. I'll see you later. Bye-bye.